Hi, this is Peter Stanley. Welcome to my channel. Today is October 14th, 2019, and this is my end of season grow update. Okay, I don't have a whole lot up here on the porch left to look at, but I do have quite a few of the Grizzly jalapeno left that aren't ripe. A bunch of green pods. And we may get a frost this week, so these may not make it. But if they do, I'll harvest those. There's a few on here, kind of started to turn. This is the Gangsta yellow. I picked quite a few off of this, and it's got a bunch of green peppers on it, so I'm hoping they will make it. There's a bunch there. Really nice pepper. And I've been picking a lot of these. They're really good dried and in sauces. So I'll probably grow this again next year. And that's in this 27-gallon tote. It's working really well. It's the Kratky hydroponic system. There's another one there. It's a little noisy out here. The heat pump is running, but this is the pumpkin. It's a different pheno. There's a couple of different phenos I've got of this Gangsta yellow pumpkin, but this is one of them. I actually like the flavor on this one a little better, but it's a little different shape than the other one. This is 7-pot West. I picked a bunch of these off. Still a bunch on there. And there's a Reaper Cross and Maruga in there. It's the other one I picked down, but there's a few left on it. And there's another plant underneath, but it got dwarfed by this tomato plant. Here's some more of those Reaper Maruga. And this is the purple pumpkin with the off pheno shape. It's those. Losing my light here, so this is Peri Peri with a bunch of peppers turning ripe. Gangsta Lemon Starburst. And this is a lithium oxide Scotch bonnet. And daddle. And this is a Susan Garza Ahi Tangerine. It's kind of been sprawling out. That's what the peppers look like on that. Here's my other purple pumpkin off pheno. I really wish I had harvested more of these pods. I might want to harvest them before it gets cold, but it's actually a good pepper to eat. Here's my daddle plant. Again, a lot of these I've picked down, but there's a few that have turned ripe. Probably not going to show all of these, but here's my Sweet Christmas. Gangsta white tie. I picked all the white ones the other day and put them in the dehydrator. There's some overripe that I left on here that turned red. The Reaper plants all but shot. A lot of these are, you can tell they're a little nutrient deficient, and it's too late in the season to really worry with doing anything. I was going to re-amend, but I don't worry about it. This one may have gotten crossed, but it's supposed to be Cedrino, and they're normally yellow pods, but it put out a bunch of red. But they still tasted really good. I need to pick those and do something with them. And this is one I'm definitely going to grow again. It's the Palmyra. It's an ancient Syrian pepper. It's usually very rare. I've only found one place that has seeds. It's pepperlover.com. But it's very sweet. It's like kind of like the texture of a bell pepper, but the fruits are very sweet. Produce a lot more later in the season. That's a very nice pepper. Great for snacking and cooking. 7-pot Lucy. Picked a bunch of these too, and there's a bunch kind of need to be picked, or a few of them are overripe. So other Peri Peri, these are all kind of turning ripe at once. I got a possible freeze coming later this week, so I'm going to try to get everything picked down before that happens. It's more Ahi Tangerine. It's a bunch of lemon starbursts. A few of these gone bad, but most of these are really good. There's some Lycium oxide Scotch bonnets. This is the other Gangsta yellow pumpkins. He has a totally different shape. These are actually more pumpkin-like. They're almost like the lemon starburst. Kind of flat. You can kind of see. They're not as big, but they're kind of similar. There's a tiny few left on this white hot lime. I picked most of these already. I got a big ferment started with those. And this is what's left on the Star Watch Hornet. Not a whole lot left on there. Same with this 7-pot West. There's a few smaller pods left, but most everything's been picked. But there's a few quite a few peppers on here, but it's like actually a lot of these just turned ripe this week. More than when I picked these down last, there weren't as many ripe ones, so I need to pick these off. Ahi lemon drop. This plant looks terrible. There's quite a few nice pods left on it. This Reaper cross with Moruga, I really picked it down the other day, so there's not hardly anything left on it, but there's a few. There's one there. There's a few on this side too. So Leviathan Gnarly Scorpion. These turn out a little smaller than they typically do. They're usually a little bit longer than this. It may still be a little unstable, but it's still really good. Here's my gochu. It's a Korean pepper. And this is the supposed to have been Lycium oxide Scotch bonnet mustard, but it put out these red pods that weren't quite as hot as a normal Lycium oxide. So I really like the flavor. So I saved seeds. I'm going to grow this strain again next year. That's what's left of my peach star kiss. Just a few left on here, right? Picked these down a few days ago. It's quite a few on the scorpion plant I need to pick. It's a shishito crossed with Stavros. That's what's left on this chocolate bootleg SM. Actually a bunch of just turned ripe. I picked it down. And I noticed if you pick them down, you really need to keep these plants picked, because if you pick the ripe ones, the ones underripe or still green will ripen up faster. That's kind of what's happened where I've been picking these down. I'm getting a lot more ripe pods. Same with this white hot peppers Scotch bonnet. All of these have just started turning ripe. There's a bunch on there. Here's my Miller Brown. This is another one that's like taking all season to turn ripe. But now like everything's turning ripe all at once. This Chenzo, I did a review. I haven't posted it yet. But the peppers are actually really good. I dried a bunch of them the other day. I've got a bunch more that have just turned ripe. I picked everything, like literally less than a week ago. I picked everything that was ripe. They were a bunch green, and now these are all turning ripe. It's a Bondo Majok Red. There's a few left on it. It's Orange Ghost. I picked all the ones. And there's a few left on here I need to pick. This is the 7-pot Peach. There's a few on it left still. And Blue Christmas. This is a very pretty plant. Pimette d'Espelette. This is really good for powders. There's one ripe on there. I picked the others the other day. Here's my Volunteers. There's one there. It's got finally starting to put out flowers, but it's gonna freeze before it ever even fruits. It's like there's a couple more Volunteers there. These here are all Volunteers. This one actually has some kind of a fruit on it finally, but it's too late. I'll never know what these are. Anyway, so fish pepper, there's a few left on it. Yeah, so that's my update. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow and the next day, and then we're getting possible freezing the next 2 days. So they may make it through, they may not. If they do, great. They'll probably go a few more weeks until it gets really cold again. So what I'm going to do is pick all of these down today and tomorrow and hope for the best, and then time for another grow update before the end of the season. I'll post it. It's probably the last real grow update. I may show some harvest pics or harvest video. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked that. Please like, comment, and subscribe.